Good evening. It's Motivational Monday with Luann B. How are you this evening? I'm here at Roca Climbing Gym. You can see some great climbing pictures behind me. Preparing for Women on the Wall, so I'm a little casually dressed because I'm going to go climb the wall for my exercise today. I really hope that some of you will join me in the future and experience what it's like to climb the walls. You know, I really do it because I like to rappel down. So in order to rappel down, like I did in the Fearless campaign, I have to climb up, which is good exercise. So it's really fun. They're going to be starting a women's wall climbing series in September here at Roca, and I'll be telling you more about that both on Facebook and in my newsletter and emails that go out. But prepare for that. Monday nights, Women on the Wall. They're going to teach us how to belay and climbing skills, and it's really great exercise as well. And you'll be surprised at your ability to do it. So it is empowering to put yourself in that situation and test yourself. Test yourself, right? Reach bad. You know, that's the deal, right? We got to live this life that we're here on this earth being a part of. Rather than just allow it to control us, we need to make the choices on how we want to live our life. And the passion test is one of the best tools to help you do that. And I love delivering it to people and helping them to find what it is that really inspires them. Because what does passion mean? What does passion mean to you? Right? Passion is the things that matter most to us. It's the things that fire in your belly, the things that inspire you, the things that get you out of bed in the morning, the things that you feel good doing. You know, some of them can even be challenging, right? I was just talking about struggles in raising our children, but we're very passionate about our children, right? So there is pain that can come along with things that we're passionate about. But we feel the fear, we feel the pain, and we do it anyway. And then the accomplishment from having done that, the confidence, the feeling of accomplishment is just so awesome. I just moved my daughter to Indianapolis. Still crying. She's going on for her master's degree, and I'm so proud of her. And it's just hard for her to be so far away. So, but very proud of her and her accomplishments and where she's going. So thank you for letting me share that with you. She's very near and dear to my heart. And she also is a passion test facilitator. And we want people to live the greatest life that they can and enjoy every moment of it. So last night, on a cheery note, last night, after I left my daughter in Indianapolis, I went to Rice Lake, Wisconsin, and I worked with a group of teenage girls in helping them to identify their passions. I met a fabulous woman named Krista Resnick who gives of her time to mentor young women. She's a photographer by trade, but she mentors young women to feel beautiful. And so she calls them her models, and she takes pictures of them, and she works with them to know that they're very important, that they are enough, that they're strong, beautiful women, and that they can make whatever choice they want in their life, be successful, and follow their passions. And when I heard her story, I just had to volunteer to go and work with these girls. And it was so much fun, and it was so inspiring to watch them get enthusiastic about this and gain confidence because they went, wow, this is cool. I know who I am. I know what I want to do now. And their mothers were there, and they were having great conversations with their mothers about what they came up with for their passions. And it's so rewarding as a mother to see what inspires them and to see some of the things that we've taught them come through in those messages. So, you know, if you know any groups of young women or young men for that matter, I've worked with young men and helping them to identify their passions and their direction in their young lives as well, very successfully. And I would love to work with those students. I call it helping your student make their college decision right the first time. Right, Mom and Dad? You want to save money. Help them pick out their right college the first time by helping them gain clarity on exactly what it is they want to do with their life. And so that they can make those good choices and be confident in their decision. There's one young man that I worked with, and in his passions, in the 5 passions he came up with, nowhere in them did I actually see a career direction. And so I went, okay, let's talk about what careers you've ever considered as a possibility, or someone's ever told you you should do, or someone ever recommended it, or you thought that this might be cool. And we made a list of those things. And then we compared them to his number 1 passion of being a good dad and family man. Isn't that cool? 18 years old, that was his number 1 passion, being a good dad and family man. And I compared that passion to every profession that he had put on his list, every career path that he could take on his list. And I said, with this career, can you be a good dad and family man? And several times he said no, until we came to the one where he felt like, wow, I could really do that. And that really interests me. And that was chiropractic. And he went back to his school and he told his friends and his teachers that he was going to become a chiropractic. And the kids in his school teased him. You're not going to be a real doctor. You're going to be a chiropractor. What's that about? And this young man stood in confidence, having gone through the process with me, that he was making a decision that was right for him, at his heart and soul. So he could stand with confidence, toe to toe, with these kids that were teasing him and say, yes, I am. I am going to go be a chiropractor. And he's in, what do they call it, prerequisite school training. That's what he's taking, pre-chiropractic, I think they call it, right now, preparing to become a chiropractor. And it just gives me a great thrill to know that I've helped someone make that decision in their life. I had a woman call me up. She had saw one of my ads about picking the right college the first time, and that I consider that career counseling when I take someone through the work on that conversation. And she said, do you work with adults? And I'm like, yeah, of course. How can I help you? And she was in between professions and looking for her next step in life. And I took her through the process. And with great confidence, she then moved forward in the direction of what she wanted to create in her life as her new profession, and stopped questioning and doubting her ability or her will or interest in doing that. And that's what it is, you know, we question ourselves and we put doubt in there. Which is an interesting message I learned recently, right? That doubt will be there. Doubt will be there. And that's why we need faith, right? Doubt and faith go hand in hand. And so when I'm doubting something, I need to have faith that I'm going in the right direction, that I'm following my intuition, following my passions, following my heart. And when I know what I'm passionate about, when I know what's inside my heart and soul that matters most to me, and I can choose in favor of those things every time, it makes decision making that much easier. There might be an instant of that doubt going, should I be doing this? And then I go, whoa, wait a minute. Of course, it's exactly what I should be doing. I drove 5 hours to get to Rice Lake yesterday in order to work with those young girls. And for 1 minute, as I'm driving on these busy highways, I'm going, wow, why am I doing this? Why am I driving 5 hours to get to this group? And I went, because it's what I love to do. Because it's what I'm passionate about. And I want to serve young women in that way and help them get on the right track with complete confidence and strong self-esteem. And this work helps me to do that. So it's a decision-making tool. And it helps me make decisions in every day. Be strong in letting my daughter fly and be who she is. So on the transformational trek this year, and you'll see an email come out later this evening about this, my newsletter will come out this evening, or maybe if you're listening to the recorder, you'll need to go back and look for the newsletter, or you can also find it on my Facebook page. It will post there. And so on my transformational trek into the boundary waters, I was just reliving a moment of inspiration. It was raining at one morning, and so we're sitting under the tarps with nothing to do, and I decided to go into a meditation and ask for some direction. What's next for me? What do you want me to do? And the message that came through was just be you. And if you knew how many times I've heard that message come through to me, I've written it in a journal, and I can go back and look in my journals and go, oh my gosh, I have to get beaten over the head with this message. This is a message that I need to know for myself, right? To remind myself to just be me, to sit here and talk to you, just being the authentic Luann that I am and what I care about. And we all can do that. That's all we were put here for, is to provide the gift of who we are to the world. And so again, I need to own it, and I feel like I'm there. Just to be me, who I actually am, in loving service to you and the people I care about, and the women I want to help and support, and the young men, right? Getting them this fabulous message. And it's also for me to share to this message with you, to just be you. Stop trying to pretend something you're not. Stop trying to live up to someone else's expectations who might not even be valid for where you want to go in your life, or direction of society that you have to be a certain way, or look a certain way, or act a certain way, or reach a certain level on the corporate ladder. If that's not what has meaning to you, if that's not what you care about, then stop doing that. And I'm not advocating for anybody to quit their job and spin around and not have any money and, throw their family off keel. No. It's about taking time to do deep self-reflection through the work of the passion test. Identify what you're passionate about if you don't know. Because here's what I know that you know, is if you're unhappy where you're at, you know it. You know it, and you go and do it anyway every single day. And it's going to take time to switch to something you love, but we can do it. And that's what we passion test facilitators help people do. In fact, some of my friends are like, oh my gosh, Luann, every time you talk to somebody, we lose them in our life. They go do something else. And I'm like, that's okay. That's okay if they're off being happy. We lost a young couple out of our BNI networking group because of the passion tests. And I took them through, and when his job was downsized, he went, I'm done. I'm done. I'm moving to my cabin. I'm retiring. And she was like, I'm ready. I'm ready to give up the big house and all of the extra possessions and live something simpler and more enjoyable, less stressful, more relaxing and inspiring. And so they moved to northern Wisconsin. And that's awesome. They did it really fast. More often it takes time for people to work through and gaining the true confidence through the process and building their next steps. And it takes time to make change. Although change is inevitable in our life, it can take time to make change and move forward. And there's no comparing yourself to anybody else. That was a message we gave strongly to the girls last night. There's no comparing yourself to anybody else. It's just being you, living your best person to your fullest potential in fulfillment of your God-given gifts in this world. So because it can take time, and it's different for every person, how they shift and change this and how much work needs to be done to make that shift. I have different levels of approach where you can go through this work of identifying your passions. And so it occurs to me that, some people are better auditory learners, and maybe they're not reading my website or my blogs or anything else. And so let me verbally explain to you this evening all the different ways that you can experience the passion test process and find out if it's right. Well, I know it's right for everyone. Find out what's right for you and where you want to go in your life. What do you want to create in your life? Again, if you're not happy where you're at, you know it. You know it, and you are going to feel it in your gut. So honor that feeling and take the first step. So the first step you can take is I have on my website a link for a free 30-minute session with me for me to begin to explain to you how this works and see if it's the right fit for you. Free 30 minutes, okay? Another easy step, show up here live at 6:30 on Monday nights and talk to me while I'm here at Roca if you're in the Rochester area, or get on the Zoom line and we can talk more about it. Because whoever shows up, that's who I'm going to focus on and what's going on in their life and what they need. Again, free opportunity to just show up and have a conversation on Zoom with me. And we'll share it with the world, but that's okay because you want to be the authentic you. All right, so private session, 30 minutes, link on the website. Website again, luannb.com. luannb.com. All right, that's the first two ways that are free and easy. All right, then there's my workshops, which I offer often around the Rochester area, and would be happy to be invited to anyone else's city, state, or location in order to deliver it to their friends and family. So the workshops are 3 hours long. My next one is coming up September 1st. Happens to be at a winery here in Rochester called Post Town Winery. And all the details are on my website, so I won't go into that. But September 1st, 2 to 5 in the afternoon. And right after that, we're going to have a wine tasting and network and mingle and have more conversation. The really cool thing about that is I have found that after my workshops, people don't get up and leave. They don't want to get out of there. They're in a space of bliss and joy and love and life and feeling good about what just happened. And they want to talk to other people about it and what experience they had. So we'll be able to do that over a glass of wine. So check that out under the event section on my website. Also under the event section on the website are the transformational treks that I keep talking about. We always do the passion test on those as well, whether we're in the Boundary Waters or cruising on the Mississippi River. And that's the next one that's coming up. We have a river trek on the Mississippi River, September 19th through the 23rd. We have just a few openings left on that experience. We'll be talking about the passion test. We'll be talking about the 5 love languages. We'll be talking about all kinds of other tools that I have gained through my experience in the transformational world over the last 6 years. And I'm going to share that all with you. All the gifts that I've been given from other teachers, I share with you when we're on a journey like that for 5 days. So I'd love to have you join us on that. And then there's the big program that I'm putting out. Because like I said a few minutes ago, change takes time. And for some people, it's slower than others. I'm working with one woman who invested with me in my passion test for business work to kick off her new business and help her get to the level she wants to be at. And we entered into a 6-month agreement. We just said, we know that it's going to take time for her to absorb, digest, implement the things. And so we entered into a 6 months coaching package in that particular case. So I have 6 months packages, but the one I'm going to introduce now, and it's coming out in my newsletter this evening, is a year-long program, a year-long intensive program, so that I can really pull out all the tools that I have to help you make the shift you want in your life. Of course, it will start with the passion test work and helping you to identify your top 5 passions. If you're in a business, starting a business, want to start a business, it will include the passion test for business work, which in and of itself is a $2,000 investment alone. And then conversations with me every week, every other week. What works in your schedule? What are the goals you're trying to achieve? We're going to customize it for you. And so that you get to be you in the process and create the you, the bigger, better, more fulfilled you that you want to be in the end. And it's a flat fee of $6,000. And I don't care how many times we need to talk to each other. If it's every week, if it's every 2 weeks, if it's once a month, what fits for you? How long are those sessions? What fits for you? Let's take it at your pace. Let's help you get through the process, fully understanding yourself and where you want to go in life. And trust me, it feels so good to know that and walk with complete confidence, to be out there with complete authenticity and not afraid of what other people think, because you know in here, in your heart of hearts, who you really are, what you really want to become, and you're confident to act in that manner in every day. You can get there with my help, and I would love to help you do that. So important to live with passion in this life. And when you're living with passion, the other obstacles, because they still come, right? Challenges still come. But there's a peacefulness that's centered in here, grounded in your body, which is so important, right? That no matter what gets thrown your way, you can deal with it and you can move on. Our unique contribution statement, as you'd learn about in the Passion Test for Business, is for the Passion Test family, is inspiring transformation through love. You can see it over my right shoulder here on a t-shirt I've got propped up. Inspiring transformation through love. And that's what I want to do with my year-long intensive groups, individuals that I coach. It's not a group, it's an individual program. Let's be clear about that. And so it'll be a limited number of individuals that I can take on and provide them with that time. But I want to inspire transformation in them through love, through loving, supportive service for a full year to get you completely transitioned and comfortable and confident in walking your path, your purpose in this life. So whether it's you or someone you know, please share this with them. Please connect them, forward my newsletter, connect them to the website, whatever it takes, and let me share all the love I have in my heart with them in helping them to identify their passions. Okay, so real quickly, in the last few minutes of today's session, I've mentioned the Passion Test for Business work. So let me be a little more clear about what that is, because it's really, really cool. And it is in a company that has employees, it speaks to employee engagement in the end. It speaks to motivating employees. It speaks to decreasing turnover and increasing profitability and productivity. All right? And what we do is we work with the management team or owners in the first phase of the process, and we help them to identify the organization's passions. It may be revamping what they currently call their core values, if they have those core values. And they don't have to change. It may be that we're just massaging them a little bit, okay? And then we identify as well what we call your unique contribution statement. What is your unique contribution in the marketplace that sets you apart from anyone else in your industry, all right? And that's a powerful statement to come up with. And that becomes your tagline, your networking message, your little commercial you can do anywhere to let people know who you are. So it's an inspiring statement about what you do that you can share with the world at a moment's notice. And it's really key that everyone in the organization knows what that is, because this is who we are and what we're going to live by, okay? So once we've got the management team all on board and operating on the same page, then we work with whatever number of employees they have to help them identify their work passions. What is it, their unique gifts inside of them that they want to deliver into this universe and contribute in your business and help to make your business more successful. So it's helping to raise the bar. And what I know from the work I've done so far in the last 4 years with this program is that 95% of people are in the right place. They're just so used to grumbling about their work. And that's what causes part of our stress. You know, we created ourselves. But they're so used to that that they forget that they're there for a reason. They're blessed to have that job, that they're there serving from their loving hearts the people they want to serve, contributing in the way that they wanted to contribute in the world. You know, some, like 5% maybe in your company will go, oops, I don't belong here. This ain't working for me anymore, or it never did. But those individuals are bringing the organization down, you know, so they self-select out. Nobody has to get fired. They self-select out. We make a plan, an exit plan. It's comfortable, okay? Once we have that all done, we create what we call a cultural action plan. In my language today, cultural action plan. It's about creating culture in the organization around the values, the passions, the vision, the unique contribution you have. So if you're a business owner and you can say, I got no culture going on, I don't know what you would describe as my culture, or I got a negative culture, a stressful culture, then this would be great work in your organization. And those two are all customized based on the size of your organization and what you want to accomplish. So I can give you any pricing structures on that at this stage of the game, but I do free consultations for any business owner who wants to have a discussion about that. They too can click on the link on my website and get a free 30-minute session. If we need an hour, because it's a business, to discuss more in detail, I'll do a free consultation for an hour for a business so we can identify if this is the right tool for what's going on in your organization to take your organization to the next level, to create a positive culture, a fun, enjoyable, fulfilling environment for people to work in, because that's when they're more productive. That's when you'll be more profitable. That's when you'll have less turnover and more engaged employees in your organization. And so, as you can see, I'm a little passionate about that work because I really think it's empowering to a business. And I want people to have fun every day. And let's make our businesses more fun and less stressful. What do you think? I think that's a great idea. So with that said, felt like I had one more thing to share with you, but it escaped my head. So all things in their right time. I'm going to say that's enough for this evening, and I hope I've inspired you to think about what it is you really want in your life and to know that you can just be you. And if you're feeling like you're faking it and you're not being your true authentic self, please call me. Please join our Monday evening calls and we can have a conversation about it. All right. Enough for this evening. Much love. Have a fabulous, passionate, filled week and enjoy everything you do every day. Bye now.